What's going on, everyone? My name's Lior and I'm with Compass out of Boston. And in this video, we're going to go over the top 4 cities just north of Boston that are best for families. So let's get at it. What's going on, everyone? My name's Lior and I'm with Compass out of Boston. And in this video, we're going to go over the top 4 cities just north of Boston that if you're a family, you should be looking at because they're awesome cities outside the city. Now, before we get into that, 2 quick things. Number 1, if you guys haven't already subscribed to my channel, smash that subscribe button for me. I put out so many new videos every single week. I'm talking all about different neighborhoods, different cities all around the greater Boston area. I also do tips on buying, selling, investing, whatever. So if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, smash that button. And number 2, if you guys are even thinking about doing anything with real estate anywhere around the greater Boston area, whether it's buying, whether it's selling, investing, whatever it may be, I get so many calls from you guys watching my videos. And I absolutely love it. So if you have any questions or think about doing absolutely anything, hit me up on email, text, call, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it may be, and I will help you out. So let's get into today's content, which is those top 4 cities just north of Boston. And I'm going to evaluate them based on a couple of criteria. We're going to talk about them from a transportation perspective, schools perspective, things to do perspective, and obviously is going to be pricing. So let's dive right into it with number 4. And number 4 on our list, we're going to start out with Wooburn. And if you don't know where Wooburn is, Wooburn's about 20 to 25 minutes away from downtown Boston, depending exactly what time of day you drive. It is actually really convenient transportation there. You do have a commuter rail stop, and you also have 93 and 95 corners right there in the city, so it makes it super convenient if you need to go north, south, into the city. Really easy to get in and out overall, so really convenient. From a convenience perspective, it's fantastic. Now, from a schools and safety perspective, schools are pretty good in Wooburn. If you look at different ranking websites, you'll see schools are ranked anywhere from like 3.5 to 4 stars out of 5. Again, there's variance and depends on the website, but overall, pretty good school system. And Wooburn is also considered to be a pretty safe place to live as well, which is obviously phenomenal, especially for families. Now, in terms of things to do, there are a number of things to do around the area. You've got Horn Pond, which is one really famous pond down there. You can go kayaking, walk around the pond, do some hiking, and it really is a beautiful pond down there. And then you also have a lot of restaurants. You do have a Dave & Buster's if you're looking for more entertainment as well. So overall, really cute place to live. You got some restaurants, got things to do, got the pond. Makes Wooburn a really nice place to live for families. Finally, from a pricing perspective, prices have gone up recently, especially in the suburbs and in particular Wooburn. It's become a very attractive place to live. Your average home price there is about $540,000 to $550,000. Again, that's not to say you can find things cheaper, right? Depending. You can obviously find smaller condos that are much cheaper, but on average, if you're going to be buying, especially a single family home, you're going to be looking to spend around that $540,000, $550,000 mark. All right, now number 3 on our list is going to be the town of Billerica. And Billerica is a little further up away from Boston. It's about 30 minutes or so, depending on the traffic away from Boston. So again, not too bad, but a little further out. In terms of transportation, you don't actually have the major highways going right through Billerica, so you'd have to go and drive outside of town to eventually connect to 95. But again, it's not too bad. I mean, you're only an extra 5-10 minutes away from the surrounding towns like Woburn and Burlington and everything else. So from a transportation perspective, still pretty good, right? You're within half an hour of the city. In terms of schools and safety, I mean, from a safety perspective, the town is considered to be a very safe place to live, which is obviously phenomenal. From a school perspective, they have pretty good ratings. They're closer to 4 to 5 stars. Again, depending on the site you look at, you'll have some variance, but generally pretty good school school ratings in that town. In terms of things to do in the town, you have a good amount of restaurants and shops throughout. You also have the 1,000-acre Great Brook Farm State Park, which is a huge, very large state park, has about 20 miles of hiking and walking trails. So really, really beautiful for the family to get out, do some outdoor activities, hike, walk, get exercise, which is obviously awesome. And finally, in terms of prices, it's a little bit cheaper than Billerica, although prices have been going up there, and especially in 2020, it's become a very, very hot market there. The average home price there is about $470. So now you can kind of see why it's so hot, right? Because it's cheaper than a couple of the surrounding towns. You're only 5-10 minutes further out, and it's still got plenty to do. Really cute town overall to live in. So that's why Billerica comes in on number 3 on our list. Number 2 on our list is going to be Stoneham. And Stoneham is also conveniently located. It's got 93, and you're on the corner of 93 and 95. So again, if you need to hop into the city, you need to go north, you need to go south, very easy to get onto the highway system. You're about 15 or 20 minutes or so away from downtown, again, depending on traffic. So it's actually pretty close by. On a lighter day, you can get there within 15 minutes, which is very, very close. So we're definitely pulling it a little bit towards Boston here. And then in terms of schools and safety, also considered to be a safe town. Schools are ranked pretty well as well, right around 4 out of 5 stars. Again, depending on the website you look at. So for families looking for safety in schools, Stoneham is another really great option. In terms of things to do, Stoneham, like other town, has plenty of restaurants and shops throughout. It's actually got a really cute town square where in the summer you'll probably see some sort of band concerts playing live outside, which is really nice. And Stoneham is also right on the Middlesex Fells Reservation. Again, so if you don't know about Middlesex Fells, they kind of border, they go through Stoneham, they go through Medford, and it's just a huge, there's a lot of walking trails, hiking trails, really, really serene, really nice. A lot of people go on hikes, take their pets out, families, etc. So, if you and your family need exercise, you can get out there, and it's really, really beautiful. And finally, in terms of average prices, in Stoneham, you're typically looking about $560,000 as a median price. Again, Stoneham is closer to Boston, so it makes sense that it's a little bit more expensive. It's obviously more expensive than your average Billerica house. But overall, like I said before, you can obviously find cheaper condos depending on exactly what kind of size you may be looking for. But on average for single family homes, you'll probably be looking to spend around $550,000 to $560,000. And finally, number 1 on our list is going to be Burlington. And Burlington is also about 20 minutes or so away from Boston, again, depending on the traffic. It is pretty convenient for highway access. It does have 95, right where the Burlington Mall is. We'll talk about that more. But yeah, so easy to get in and out, north and south. If you want to go to the city, it's pretty easy to get in there as well. From a school and safety perspective, again, pretty safe place to live overall. Schools are actually stronger than most of the other places on our list. If you look at ratings, they're actually a little bit over 4 out of 5 stars. So stronger school system there, which obviously is very attractive for families with kids going into the school system. In terms of things to do in Burlington, like I alluded to, you've got the Burlington Mall, which has really been put on the map the last number of years. The whole food scene around Burlington has really kind of exploded as well. There's been a lot of people moving into the town, to Burlington, number of companies moving into Burlington. So there's been just a lot of activity there. Burlington Mall offers lots of retail, shopping, restaurants, cafes, whatever. Really awesome complex there. So Burlington Mall is definitely on your list. The other thing that's on there is Mary Cummings Park, which is a 200-acre park, again, filled with walking trails, nature, picnic areas. So if you're looking for a place to go outside, you've got that right in Burlington. It's a really beautiful park, really large, and perfect for family activities, outdoor activities, whatever it may be. Finally, in terms of pricing, this is going to be one of our most expensive towns on this list. Your average price is about $600,000 here. Burlington's certainly a little bit more expensive than the other places we've talked about. You also have a ton of development going on here. Like I said, it's been a really, really active place with a lot of people moving in here. So you will see a lot of higher end stuff where builders are coming in, tearing down, putting up really large houses that can sell for $1 million and even over $1 million, depending exactly how large. So it's been a really active market there, super, super desirable. You know, for families that want to be pretty close to Boston, like still 20 minutes away or so, but can kind of really get the feel of the burbs and still have a lot of the things that the city may offer, like shopping, restaurants, etc., at their disposal. So that's our list of the top 4 cities just north of Boston for families. If you guys have any questions, any comments, any thoughts, whatever it may be, shoot them below. And like I said, guys, I get so many calls from you guys asking me all about what it's like to live in Boston, where you should move, how to buy, how to sell, whatever it may be. So if you have any of that, I absolutely love getting those calls. Hit me up and I will help you out.